Howdy, it's Jim Morado, and this is early October 2024. Our ship, the Norwegian Encore, is pulling in, I guess you would say, to Juneau, Alaska. And look at these views. These are the reasons you take a cruise. And that's just spectacular. I was reading a book recently about different parts of Alaska, Juneau specifically, and it mentioned that even though Juneau, it's the capital. There's shops. There's a little town there. If you get off a cruise ship and you go into the town, you can walk 5 minutes into the wilderness and be lost in the wilderness, and that's Alaska. That's Juneau specifically. Anyway, some more shots kind of from the cruise ship looking around. I really like Juneau. It's a great town. We did tour the Capitol building last time we were here. Feel free to look that up elsewhere on my YouTube channel. You get off the ship, they give you a little 5 minute bus ride into the main town area, and there's plenty of little shops and things to do. We took the bus. Our friends Rick and Kiri, they walked it. They felt like they needed to walk, and we beat them into town, but they enjoyed the walk, even though it was kind of uphill. And anyway, we did some shops. We roamed around a bit. We had some good pizza. There's a bookstore here in Juneau that I like a lot. And our wives were still looking for jewelry. If you're on the cruise ship, just about every jewelry place will give you a little free charm if you come in and look around. By the way, Juneau Drug right there. If you're looking for souvenirs, they've got good prices, they've got a good selection, and it's a great place to go if you need some aspirin or something like that too. Friendly people, nice selection, they know what they're doing. And up the road a little bit behind them is that bookstore I was talking about. Of course, you've got totem poles everywhere, and they are something to see. But yeah, Juneau is, it feels like a city. It is a bit more urban, I guess, than some of the other places you go to in Alaska, but it is still, you know you're in Alaska. I mentioned we did the Capitol building last time we were here. We kind of roamed around. There was no real security or anything like that. Nobody put us through any metal detectors. It felt very open. I kind of joked there was a coffee maker, and I almost felt like just going up and getting a cup of coffee. It had that kind of vibe. Hey, welcome. Just relax, have a good time. And I thought that was pretty cool. We did have quite a bit of time here. This was one of the ports where we got there. We got there early, and we knew we had time, so you can see the day progressing from daytime to nighttime. It's getting dark, and it's a great city just to walk around. And they've got the statue of the little dog there, and that is Patsy Ann, a little dog that would greet ships pretty much from in the 1930s going on into the very early 1940s. And she was brought, I believe, from Oregon, and kind of just adopted by the whole community. And she would kind of help notify the locals when ships would come in. Very sweet story. The town loved her. She was well respected. And they have made, in 1992, they made the statue. And I love a community that appreciates a sweet little dog. And I thought that was great. We actually spent quite a bit of time hanging out with Patsy Ann and admiring that statue. And again, beautiful town at night. Look at that. A couple of nice coffee shops here too we stuck our heads into. There is Heritage Coffee, and I was introduced to them on our first trip to Alaska. I kind of like the imagery they use. They've got some cool shirts and things like that. And just a very easy little town area to get around. Lots of fun little shops. And just a nice place to kind of hang out and mellow out. Little coffee kiosk there, kind of across from where you catch the bus to get back to your ship. They have some great coffee too. I wanted to mention them. A moment ago you saw the line to get on the bus. It was long, but they move quick. Norwegian definitely does a good job of moving people. To their credit, I tip my hat to them for sure. I mentioned that our wives were enjoying jewelry shopping while we were here. And again, almost every shop has a little sign out front: cruisers, come in and get your free charm. Those are cool, cheap souvenirs to take home, for your favorite niece or your favorite daughter or favorite friend's kid. And we took advantage of that. We did go into one jewelry shop, and they asked us if we would like rum and coke while we shopped. I was thirsty. I'm not much of a drinker, but I definitely liked the idea of having a little something to drink, and it was quite potent, and I felt very good after that. And they were showing us the good stuff. They weren't starting out with the cheap stuff. We did not buy anything from them, but those guys knew what they were doing. Not even sure if that's legal or not, but we all enjoyed a rum and coke at one particular jewelry store there. And we're on the bus back to the ship. Kind of weird reflection there, I know, but I thought it was kind of a cool effect too. That is cruise ship. You're on a little bus going to your cruise ship, and at the end of the evening, and there's something that to me was very sweet about this. Juneau, I like Juneau a lot. Probably one of my favorite little towns to be in on a cruise. This was our second time there, as I mentioned. A little shot there, I believe, of it from the ship as we're leaving. Anyway, feel free to drop me a line about Juneau if you know much about Juneau. We had a good time, and I've put up another video about Juneau. I thought I'd put this one up.